Hey YouTube, I'm back, okay? And I'm assuming if you saw episode 1, you definitely saw episode 2. Here it is again. Spoiler warning. I'm absolutely going to be talking about spoilers. This episode, oh my fucking god. This episode was so damn good. I love this show. I'm sorry, but I fucking love this show. The way they write it out, the action, again, I said in the last video, but the action in these 2 episodes were better, in my opinion, than every episode combined in the other 4 seasons. This is crazy. Again, I'm sorry. I am fucking hyped, okay? I'm trying to calm down here. It's 3:32 in the morning. I haven't slept, and I don't want to sleep. So I had to make these videos as quickly as possible before the hype goes down. So I'll start with that. Spoiler warning, here we go. Okay, so the episode starts off with the boys all getting back together. Everyone's back together. They're now focusing solely on the virus. And I love the concept of the virus. I personally don't think it's going to be the killer of Homelander. They keep emphasizing that now it's strong enough to do so. I still don't think that that's what's going to end up killing Homelander. But nevertheless, they're focusing on how to perfect it where it can kill Homelander without killing, the other soups that are innocent. Starlight, Kimiko, all them. And they're also really focusing on Kimiko and Frenchie's relationship, which I find cute. You know what I mean? They fucked. We get it. You know what I mean? That's adorable. Whatever. But I think it's adorable. But nevertheless, the virus I think is going to be a huge component during the season, but I don't think it's going to have much impact on the end. And the end of the episode, in my opinion, kind of hints towards that. So I'll jump into that. I thought the A-Train, memorial service, I guess, whatever the fuck that was, I thought it was good, but I really enjoyed Homelander's one-on-one with A-Train's casket, because it really emphasizes, and again, they write it so well, but it emphasizes that Homelander is literally a fucking sociopath, and I love how he keeps asking himself, like, why does everyone keep doing this to me? What did I do to deserve this? Not realizing that he's literally, there's like nothing that he's done for anybody to even be loyal towards him. So it's clearly just like a disorder in his head, which I find extremely entertaining, but nevertheless. So the boys are really trying to focus on how to get the virus to be able to kill Homelander and how can they test it. So they find this, what do they call them? Hard body or something like that? Rock hard? Yeah, rock hard, I think it is. Some mountain motherfucker where they go to, it's like a teenage kicks, where it's like a hype house, like them YouTube fucking cringy ass hype houses. I love that they play onto the real life. I find that hilarious, but so they get there and they try it out on this rock motherfucker, which his lines were hilarious too. Again, the whole scenes were just awesome. So now Soldier Boy's out. Homelander released him. They had a conversation. Now Homelander sent Soldier Boy to find Butcher. Soldier Boy, and I like how they question it a bit. It's like, why are you sending me out there? And I like the conversation, which goes back to the end of the episode. I'll talk about this in a bit. But with Butcher warning Soldier Boy, because he's not lying. Like, Soldier, even Homelander said it himself, like, it's better him than us when he was talking to Sage. But he is using Soldier Boy, but obviously he still does love him. I mean, it is his dad, and he's fucking unhinged, so he actually loves him, but in a weird way. But it's a callback to the end of the episode, and I'll get to that when I finish this. But him realizing, him thinking about it, I like the line that they put too, is like, when Butcher and him were talking by the car before he threw it at him, was like, I guess we'll see. You know what I mean? If there really is this virus, I guess we'll see. We'll see if I'm really a guinea pig. You know what I mean? Just like calling his bluff. And then at the end of the episode, he really was. And a lot, I can tell, what they're really trying to emphasize with this season, with the end of the series coming up is, and I'll go to the predictions in a bit, but Butcher is ruthless now, and he always was, but he's extra ruthless now. He kills his dad. He don't play no shit. You know what I mean? He's like extra. Kimiko wanted to get out of the car. He just grips her to fuck up. Like it's like my way or the fucking highway. And I get that, and I get where they're going with that. They're going with Homelander and him are both evil in their own ways, and they have to you can't be rooting, Butcher can't be good all season and then die. They have to show that, like, he's a dick, but then he sacrifices himself. So I'm still 100% on board with Homelander and Butcher dying at the end. So that's nothing's changed. If anything, those 2 episodes just confirmed it almost. But Starlight is the same way. I said in the last episode, she's kind of a savage now. When they were talking to that crow girl that was upstairs, they're like, what should we do with her? Well, she's got to die too. You know what I mean? MM ends up saving her because dude's a savage and he's got a big heart. But, they're trying to emphasize that the 2 people, Butcher has always been a hard ass, but Starlight hasn't. But now Starlight's kind of realizing that she has to be. And I really like that. I like, it's instead of tippy-toeing around, finally, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but that's how I feel. With Butcher, he's always a hard ass, but he's extra. He's going to be extra all season. He's going to be extra savage, extra ruthless. So I think that's going to be a callback toward the end of the series when he dies, is like, he's a dick. Huey doesn't even trust him. Huey's like the one that always, we're together, we do this and da-da-da. But even Huey's not like him. So I think at the end, that's going to call back to when Butcher does die. And just real quick, back to Ashley, when they reveal that behind her wig, there's another face, and that's the one that's like psychic and reading minds. But, which, again, hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I thought they do it so well. That's the thing. The comedy in the show is great. But, you can obviously tell. Ashley's the VP now. She's, she doesn't like a lot of the things that Homelander's doing. She's talking to herself in her head about it. I love the way, that's why I don't think Ashley will die this season, or they're playing it up for her to die and you wouldn't care, because she's not as bad as everyone else. Even Sage, they're making her look like, Sage is even going too far, but Ashley still has a little bit of good in her, and I think that is going to come back later on as well. So back to the climax of the show. Butcher and the boys, they lead Soldier Boy in a chase, and them other 2 heroes that they don't even really talk about. The cat girl, she ends up dying, but the blue motherfucker walks in with him. But they lead him to the house, to that little frat house bullshit, and they release the virus. And you can tell it's working. That big rock motherfucker explodes. Soldier Boy dies, quote unquote dies. Hang on. The blue motherfucker does die because he's weak. So the virus does work. But here's the big bombshell, which I love. And I know, and I could be wrong, but I would say I'm about 95% sure that this is exactly what's going to happen. Homelander saw Soldier Boy's dead body. Oh my God, my dad died. Oh, I'm going to miss you. Not you. Why'd you go in first? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. But Soldier Boy, he got up at the end. Obviously, he got up at the end, and Homelander didn't see. That is going to severely impact. I think this is the changing point of the season right then, right there. For one reason. Butcher warned Soldier Boy about Homelander's plan. You're going in first. You're the guinea pig. You're the dumb one. You're going to get used again. And when he almost died to the virus, he is now going to get up. He's going to get out. He's going to go to the boys, whether he likes it or not. And he's going to now fight against Homelander and his team. And now I am almost certain that Homelander will get depowered by Soldier Boy eventually, because now Soldier Boy is now realizing this motherfucker threw me in the dungeon cage again. He got my ass again. So I think he's going to join the boys again. Maybe not just like working with them, but he will eventually fight with them, because he's not going to be on Homelander's side after almost dying. But that's where that's where the show ends, and I can't even emphasize how good those 2 episodes were. I think that they only dropped those 2. I'm a little afraid. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little afraid that maybe they dropped those 2 because those are just phenomenal. And now I hope that there's no filler episodes. I have no idea. I saw IGN. I don't know if you guys watched the IGN reviews. I saw IGN gave it a 7 out of 10 for the season. But again, IGN is fucking... they're brain dead with a lot of things, so don't even listen to that. I know I'm trying not to, but I'm afraid that maybe the middle of the season might be a little bit boring. I have no idea, but so far, if the season is going the way with the action and the dialogue and the character development and the plot twist and the unpredictability of the show so far, then this is by far the best one in my opinion. Again, I could just be a hype beast, but nevertheless, here's the result. For the first episode, I gave it a 9.8. For this episode, I thought it was very, very, very good, but maybe a little bit less than the first episode. And when I say a little, I mean a little bit. So with this one, I'm gonna go with season 5, episode 2. I'm gonna go with a 9.6 out of 10. I thought that everything from the beginning, middle, and end, same thing, was great, phenomenal. I love the plot twist at the end. I love the action. I love every scene that Homelander is in. He steals the show. I am absolutely hooked, as if I already wasn't. I mean, it's not like it's obvious or anything. It's not like I'm sitting in my car at 3:44 in the morning and just ranting into a microphone. But I'll end with that. I will absolutely be back with more episode reviews. I'm too hype for the rest of the season. If you like them, let me know. If you have anything to say, I'm gonna start begging. I need more people to talk. I need more comments. I need to talk more about this show. All I can do is right now, all I can do is talk to my wife about this. That's it, and my 4-month-old baby. So if you got anything to say, I want to hear it, because I this is just awesome. So I'll end with that. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.